My brother, so you just got signed, man. We're back in the game, huh? UFC?
Yes, sir.
How's it feel? How's it feel?
It feels good. You know, it's a little homecoming.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a lot to prove. I feel like there's a lot of work that needs to be done now.
Now we're transitioning. You went from 155 and going to 170, right? The focus here, once you get to the UFC, is going to be what?
Getting that title.
Yeah.
Getting the title. That's the only thing that really matters to me.
Yeah.
And it was something I kind of had to search deep within myself to find, you know? We talked about it, like going PFL and going some of these other routes and these other organizations where the money is there. You know, people are offering big money. PFL is offering money. They bringing in other people. They bringing in Jake Paul. I was kind of angling for that fight.
Yeah.
Once I got close to the end of those talks, I kind of had to search within myself and say, man, what are you really doing this for? I've been doing this for 10 years now.
Yeah.
I've been fighting for 10 years. So what am I doing it for? Am I doing it just to make a quick buck?
Yeah.
Or am I doing it for something bigger?
Do you call that legacy? Is that what your definition of legacy is?
Yeah, I think the only legacy that matters is the legacy that I leave for my kids. You know, and I just had a son.
Yeah.
So when I look at him and I'm making these decisions, I'm thinking more what he's gonna think of me.
For sure.
Not necessarily like what I want to do. My legacy is him. And in my legacy, when he gets 16, 17 years old, is he gonna say, okay, you hit a bump in the road and then you took an easy route and you fought Jake Paul and you made some money and then we blew the money and we had some fun?
Yeah.
Or is it gonna be, okay, you hit a bump in the road, it was down, but you never went out, stood back up, worked harder to get it done, went up a weight class, fought the tougher dudes. You know, when you start talking about Leon Edwards and Kobe Covington and
there's a lot out there now, man. There's a lot of prospective
fights.
Yeah,
for sure.
You can definitely make it happen. I think it's going to be a good look for you, just because you don't have to, you know, get down to that 55.
Yeah,
kill yourself for the weight.
That too.
We can train. We've gotten stronger. You know, this is the first time that you've really been consistent with your strength and conditioning too as well, so I'm happy with that. What do you think for you makes a good fighter?
It's got to be something in you. It's got to be like a dog that's in you, and it's not something that you can see in training. A lot of people mistake training for fighting. It's not the same thing. You could spar 1,000 times. You could spar with some of the highest level guys.
For sure.
It is not a fucking fight. I don't know how else I can like get that through to anybody, but if you haven't fought, if you haven't been at that level of experience, then you don't understand it. But it's not the same thing. It's not something that you're gonna see until you see a person in a fight. And there's even different levels of fight. You know, you can see that's a fight, but then this is a real fight. And then the real fighter is gonna come out, and it's a blend of tenacity, of, you know, you never giving up, perseverance. It's all those things that need to come together, and you just got to have heart. You can't train heart. You can't. I mean, it's cliche as hell, but it's just true. You can't train it. You can't prepare for it. It's just something that's gonna come out where it's not.
Man, I feel like people are getting behind you a lot though with transitioning back into the UFC. Dana said that you look like a natural 170 now.
Yeah.
So that's good. That means we're showing something.
Yeah.
What do you think changed a little bit? Because like there's a lot of haters out there, but now people are really starting to buy into what you stand for. What do you think that is?
I got my life together.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, I keep it real. Like I got my life together a little bit.
Exactly.
When I left the UFC, when Dana and Hunter saw me, you know, I flew over to Vegas to sit down with him, and he's looking at me. He's like, "Oh yeah, something's different." You know, I don't think I walked into that meeting with them knowing already that they were going to sign me. But then once they saw me, within 15 seconds, they were like, "Oh, okay, yeah,
what do you think they saw? What do you think they saw? We haven't talked about this either. What do you think they saw?
A different level of focus, a different level of purpose. Before, I was a little more concerned what everybody was thinking, what everybody was doing, and I wasn't too aware of myself and who I am. And I think now I am. It's a lot to do with being here in Florida. It's a lot to do with training at Kill Cliff. It's a lot to do with my work over here. It's a lot to do with having my son, and everything just kind of is coming together at the right time. It's a lot to do with me actually realizing my purpose as a Muslim.
For sure.
It's a lot to do with all those things all at once.
What's the goals for 2023?
2 fights at least, establish myself in the division. I think 2 fights at 170, and people are really going to see my level that I'm at.
Yeah.
That they're going to forget that I was even a 155 pounder. We talked about that earlier. Like, I think there's a lot of guys that have done that, and I'll follow in those footsteps. You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Two fights at least.
What are fights that you want to have? Any opponents in mind?
Kobe will be good. Kobe Covington will be good. Sean Brady will be a great fight.
Nice.
That was a fight that I was supposed to have before. He got hurt.
Yeah.
First I got hurt, then he got hurt with the rib injury. Those two sound good. I mean, Khamzat's always out there, but then I hear he's going to 85.
Big kid.
Yeah. But I told Dana, man, you just hey, I ain't never been afraid of nobody.
Yeah.
If anything that they know about me,
Yeah.
I ain't never been afraid of nobody, and they never seen me get my ass whooped.
Yeah.
I fought a lot of top guys.
For sure.
A lot of top guys.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I feel like I've just beat myself in some fights.
Well, here's the thing.
But you ain't never seen me get my ass whooped.
You being the person that you are, being the competitor, the athlete, and the actual fighter, and with the fighter's mentality, you're going to fight anybody.
Yeah.
But it probably takes somebody like myself and other coaches to be like, nah, we're going to do it like this.
That's the part.
Right?
And I think that's where what I'm trying to learn now is to let other people do their jobs.
Yeah.
You know, I'm working with Ali, who's my manager now. It's kind of let him, he's got so much experience. He's managed hundreds and hundreds of guys. And he's known me for a long time, so he knows my style. He knows what would match up good. And it's kind of let them do their job, because you're right. If it was up to me, I want the scariest, toughest fight, the ones that are really that I've had trouble with before, and let me see if I've overcome this challenge, you know? Guys have gotten me tired before, so I would want to fight somebody like Kobe Covington, where his pace is his weapon. To where I'm like, okay, let me see if I've overcome this problem of pacing myself. But like you said, it could be, there needs to be a balance. You don't want stupid fights or dumb fights.
Yeah, I'm all for challenging yourself. It just has to be the right challenge at the right time. You know, has there ever been one particular time in a fight that you felt like, shit, I can't get out of this?
The biggest one was the Tony Ferguson. The start of the third round, dead tired. I beat him up for the first 2, and he wasn't really going anywhere. In third round, dead tired, but I still could explode. My body was still there, but I hit a big takedown, landed right into a triangle, and like in the triangle, I wasn't necessarily getting choked, but he kind of did this, wanted to posture up as if to throw an elbow to the top of the head. And my face was right there, and I could see the elbow coming, and I was like, "Oh shit, I can't get out of this. I don't have the power to lift them up. Like I'm exhausted. I think one of the hardest things is being gassed in a fight.
Do you think it was a physical issue, or was it like, I'm helpless right now in this position, and now it's from a anxiety perspective, I'm gassed?
It's like it's more feeling helpless. Like I can't defend myself. Like if he was to decide to throw those elbows, then I'm gonna be done for. And at a certain point, self-preservation kicks in.
Of course.
You know, this is a fight. It's on TV. It's in front of you know, people, and my mom's there, and all that shit, right? But at the end of the day, it's self-preservation. Like, this is my actual face. This is my actual, you know, this is my actual brain that he's gonna try and elbow through out the back of my head. That kicks in. It's like, hold on.
I get you, bro.
And you know, if the out's there, you're gonna take it. But I think a lot of that comes with immaturity, and I just don't think I had the proper perspective, because
it's maturity.
It is. A lot of times you can bog yourself down with what if the worst case scenario was to happen. But in reality, I don't know how tired he was. I don't know if he can even throw those elbows.
Who was the hardest fight you ever had to go through?
Oliveira.
Charles
Oliveira. Yeah.
Why?
Oliveira was the hardest fight. He was the most skilled. We were going back and forth so much in positions, and you can get to certain positions where you realize like, okay, I know what to do here, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
So at least there's my comfort there. Regardless of what, if I get on top of you, I know what to do. You don't.
Yeah.
I can chill. I can relax a little bit. But with Charles, there was none of that. There was never a moment of chill.
Yeah.
There was always, he was going from one attack to the next attack to the next attack to the next attack.
Together.
And no matter how much I hit him on the feet, no matter how many, he was throwing wild jumping kicks and stuff,
real.
and they weren't landing.
Yeah.
But he kept throwing them.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man, he's not gonna stop.
For sure.
And he was just the most skilled. Yeah. I think he was. That's what made it tough.
We'll get that back though. Maybe we'll do 170 and get it back, right?
Yeah, that's one of the ones. That's the main one out of any rematch. I want to have that one back. I want to fight Charles again. I don't think I got a fair shake in that fight, and I just there's a lot left to prove.
Yeah.
In that fight itself.
Well, I mean, me personally, I don't think you have anything to prove, but I am happy to see this next transition.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks again, man, for joining me, man. We'll do this.
We'll
do these Q&As every now and again. I like it because I get perspective, and we usually have these conversations anyway. We might as well put it on camera, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And,
might as well.
Make sure we go ahead, follow my man on Instagram. It's Motown Phenom.
At Motown Phenom. Yep.
And then be on the lookout, man. My boy's gonna go ahead and do a podcast soon, so we're gonna make that happen as well. And back in the UFC, welterweight now. So be ready.
Yes. World Championship coming. I'm gonna put a belt right next to these.
My dog.
Right here.
All right, thanks guys.